Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Social Critic. My name is Sohail Shakiri, and today we'll be talking about types of religiosity. Or in other words, what does it mean when someone says, I'm religious? Okay, so what I wanted to break down today was that there are different types of being religious. Okay, and we need to understand that when we approach different people in order to know where they're coming from. Okay, and so first I want to give a shout out to my professor at Harvard, Dr. Abdolkarim Soroush, who really laid this topic out nicely for me and set a foundation for me to explore and understand further. Okay, so number one is the religion or the religiosity of do's and don'ts. Okay, so this is one that's based on religious law, which you'll see prevalent in Judaism and Islam. Okay, should I eat this? Should I not eat this? Is this according to religious law? Is it not according to religious law? Is it kosher? Is it halal? That's one type of religiosity. Okay, and a lot of people around the world follow that. Okay, so like for example, they'll have specific jurists that they will refer to in order to understand what they should be doing in their daily lives and what they should not. Okay, so that's one type of religiosity where one's focused on do's and don'ts as said by a quote-unquote high-ranking religious jurist. All right. Another type of religiosity is a theological religious focus. Okay, so what do I mean by that? So what I mean is a religion that's focused on a belief system. Okay, so one person can say they're religious and mean that, I believe in the Trinity, I believe in the angels, I believe in the crucifixion, I believe in Peter, being, the closest person to Jesus Christ. I believe, let's look at other religious traditions. I believe in the god Vishnu, okay, if we're looking at Hinduism, for example. I believe in the prophets as they were described in the Quran. Okay, I believe that Moses had his revelation on Mount Sinai. These are all different types of beliefs that one holds on to and can say, based off of this, I'm religious. Okay, so that's another religious mindset. All right, another religious mindset, can be a philosophical minded religion. Okay, so what do I mean by that? This can be a person who spends their time and energy focused on giving a rational, reasonable in their minds understanding of or proof, I should say, of God, okay, or of the different religious beliefs, and they say, well, these rationally are provable, and so thus, based off of that, I am religious. Okay, throughout history, theologians or religious scholars and philosophers have gone back and forth about proving the existence of God. Okay, so some theologians, prove the existence of God, in their minds through reference to the holy books. Okay, other people prove it through rational understanding, okay, or attempt to prove it. Others look to disprove religion through rationality, okay, or logic as they see it. Okay, so each of those mindsets has the understanding that religion is something that can be, rationally proved or disproved. Okay, so whether someone is pro-religion, as in the example I gave, like I'm religious because I can prove the existence of God, or whether someone is against religion because they say they can disprove the existence of God, then they're still looking at religion in a philosophical mindset, okay, as something that needs to stand the test of a rational understanding. Okay? Another approach to religion is one that is experiential. Okay? There's a famous book by a famous scholar of psychology. His name is William James, and the book is The Varieties of Religious Experience. And in it he talks about how different experiences can lead one to believe in God, taste God, feel God, that can last with a person, and that shapes their foundation of their religious understanding. Okay, so in the approach of experiencing religion, okay, or experiencing what it means to feel something sacred, experiencing what is holy. Okay, so that is an approach towards God that is based on one's own experience, right? So, for example, you have mystics in different religious traditions. For example, Saint Teresa of Avila. In the Islamic tradition, you'll have Rumi, or you can have great Hindu sages like Yogananda. Okay, so for these sages, God is something to be experienced. Okay, so it's important to understand that distinction, so that when we're talking to someone who says that they're religious, we can take a step back and say, well, maybe they're coming from a perspective of do's and don'ts. Okay, maybe they're coming from a perspective of looking at a holy book and saying, I believe A, B, and C. Or maybe they're coming from a perspective of a philosophical approach, which is saying, rationally I can prove or disprove religion, or the existence of a specific historical figure. Okay, or lastly, they might be saying, I've experienced God, I've tasted God, and my way of life is based off of that. Okay, so I hope this video gives you an understanding that when we say we're religious, it can mean different things. And in order to have a better understanding of different people, and being able to understand and speak someone's language, to communicate with them and to connect with them, I think it's important to be able to speak different people's languages to the best that we can, or at least understand where they're coming from. Okay, so thank you so much for your time. If you like this video or any of the previous videos and you feel moved to do so, please click the subscribe button and the notifications so that you can be notified of when future videos are available. Thanks so much, and have a great day.